Okay, take two. Minor difficulty there, sorry. I actually first started filming in a t-shirt and then I went from a t-shirt to a long sleeve shirt, from a long sleeve shirt to a turtleneck. Anyway, so this video today is going to be about how to take the perfect selfie, and trust me, I'm a pro. Like, ask me how to change a tire? No. Ask me how to solve a quadratic formula? Maybe, but ask me how to take the perfect selfie, I got you, boo. I am so confident about this video. Not to toot my own horn, not like I have anything else to do in my spare time. How I edit my selfies and everything like that, and it's not hard at all. So basically, I'm just gonna show you like everything step by step of what I do so that you can take the perfect selfie too. Okay, our first step here is location, which doesn't seem like it's an issue, but I see a lot of selfies fail initially that could have been extremely successful if they had just used a window. If you find that the lighting from your window has too much light and it makes you look very white, maybe use a sheer curtain if you already have one up, or maybe a sheet and put it over the window. This is if you really want to go hard with this, but it'll diffuse the light a little bit. It will make you look much more luminous and radiant and glowy that way, rather than having the full sun just hit you. If you have to use your bathroom or some sort of regular light, tilt your chin up at the light, facing the light source, so that you don't create any lines on your face or like bags under your eyes. In regards to location, the next thing is, if you're doing a mirror selfie, first of all, I recommend that you don't do that because no one does that anymore. You have a front screen now. You can see yourself that way. But make sure your mirror is clean, please. I get so annoyed. That's one of my pet peeves. Like, you could have just scrubbed your mirror, girl. Like, do not put your butt on the sink if you're taking like a bathroom selfie. Everyone knows that that's how to make your butt look bigger. This isn't my space. Don't take a selfie where the background isn't clean, because people are gonna see that and they're gonna think you're a slob because you're taking selfies and you could be spending that time cleaning your house. So your best bet is to do it against a white wall, because that will make you look brighter and more youthful, and definitely in front of a window. Moving on. Next, we are moving on to your face and hair and making sure everything is flawless so you don't have to edit it or anything like that. If you're holding your phone, make sure to kind of poke your chin out just a little bit and makes your face look slimmer. Me personally, if my lips aren't like on point in my selfie, that's like the main factor. So some great tips to making your lips look more luscious is to put lip gloss just in the center, like right here and nowhere else, and that will make your lips look more pouty. And another thing that I have been doing for the past few months, you can totally tell the difference, it's really embarrassing, but what you can do is you can overdraw your lips a lot. Like, that's what everyone says Kylie Jenner does, but just overdraw your top lip because you won't really see it if you up the brightness on your picture, so it'll just look like your top lip is a lot bigger than it actually is. So I love doing that. Another benefit to putting your chin out and kind of raising your phone just a little higher is it makes your eyes look bigger, so that your face kind of like evens out and you're not like directly in front of the camera. You never want to be like completely head on, because it's not really flattering. If you have any type of problem areas, I would suggest looking at YouTube videos on like how to contour. Like, if you think your nose is too big, it's not, trust me, but or something like that. Just learn to like put bronzer right here, and it'll make your nose look smaller in pictures. And then you can also highlight parts that you want to bring out for the photo. Another good idea is to, before you take the picture, kind of like play with your angles. Like, some people look better like to the side like this. This is so silly that I'm actually I can't take myself seriously right now, but some people look better to the side like this, and some people look better kind of like with their chin down slightly head on, but you always want to turn your head slightly to your left or right, whichever is your better side, an angle, just so your face kind of slims out and you don't have a double chin. And if you want to do something different, you could add like a hand here or something. I'm just giving you guys ideas. You can, you know, like place it and like smile. Another tip to make you look a lot slimmer in selfies is if you are wearing not a turtleneck right now and you have like a tank top on or something, put your hair to one side and have your collarbone out and kind of do that, like shrug your shoulders so your collarbone sticks out a little more than normal, and it makes you look a lot skinnier that way. pro tip. So taking a photo with your front camera is super easy, and it's what I always do. Some people don't have a front camera if they have an older phone, but I've noticed there's a higher resolution if you use the back camera. So what you can do if you want the higher resolution, you could do this, but then like pretend this is a mirror or something. Put a mirror in front of it so that you can see yourself in the front camera, but you get the resolution from the back camera. Oh yeah. Another great thing about using natural sunlight from a window is if you stand in front of a window and you have your selfie and you take your picture, your eyes look a lot lighter in the natural sunlight than a normal light. Like, for example, I have pretty dark brown eyes. My eyes are very dark, but if I stand in front of a window directly in front of the sunlight, or even outside if I have to, my eyes look really light brown. I have an example of that on my Instagram. It makes your eyes look absolutely flawless and so much more defined and brighter and just more pigmented than they normally would be if you weren't standing in the sunlight. So I do that all the time and it works wonders. Last but not least, editing. Now this part is completely optional. I know a lot of people who don't like to edit their pictures, and I know a lot of people who like to edit the crap out of their pictures. It's really up to you what you like, what you feel comfortable with, and there's a whole bunch of apps out there that can help you with that. But the app that I personally use and absolutely adore is very convenient, and it's the actual Instagram app. And no, I hate filters. I absolutely hate the way filters look on iPhone pictures. Maybe back in my Droid days, I dabbled in it. I just don't like filters because it completely takes away from the resolution and the flawlessness of the actual picture. Now with that being said, I'm going to show you exactly how I edit my pictures so you know. And yeah, so I take a selfie now. This is actually kind of embarrassing.
But first, let me take a selfie.
Okay, so I just took a random picture. I have to hurry because my phone is on like 5%, and I'm just gonna bring it up in Instagram. This is just the picture I took. Pro tip, if you have a big forehead, I always cut out my forehead. But you hit next on Instagram, and then what you do is you hit the little wrench screwdriver tool thingy. Now this is the most important part. Okay, the first thing I click on is brightness. I think this is the main step that I do. Significantly increasing the brightness, my skin looks a lot more flawless than originally. Do you see the difference there? Whee! The next thing I do is click on contrast, which is right next to it. By increasing the contrast to about 30, you can tell a big difference. The next thing I do is touch on saturation, which is right here, the little clock thingy. By raising the saturation to about 5, very little, subtle, this makes my skin and hair really glow and the pigments really stand out in the picture. And last but not least, I sharpen the picture to about 9 or 10, and this really makes your selfie look professional and like it was taken with a really nice camera. That's my editing process, and I am absolutely positive that there are hundreds of thousands of editing apps that are free out there for iPhone and, you know, Android users, but that's just what I do and what I like doing, because if you want to be a pro with your selfies, there are a few things you can buy to make your selfies so much cooler. Number one, this is a selfie tripod. You already know what's up. I already talked about it. And your phone sits right here, and you put it on a timer, and you can take the perfect selfie without, you know, hands-free and easier for you. And next thing is a selfie stick, which I have not used yet, but I'm really excited. A lot of my friends have these, and that's how I got the idea, and it extends really long. I have little T-Rex arms, so this selfie stick is gonna come in handy a lot. You may ask, do I put my phone on timer, because that's probably really annoying every time I want to use my selfie stick or my selfie tripod, but I have you covered because there is a selfie remote, and I live with this little guy. It's Bluetooth, so it hooks right into your phone, and you just turn it on and you press the shutter button. It'll just take a picture. You kind of just discreetly put it behind your back if you want like a big picture, or you can just, you know, put your hand out of the shot if you're just taking a normal selfie. And it's super easy, and this is the best invention I have ever seen in my entire life. Next selfie tool, this is a macro lens, and I have not used this yet, but it kind of sticks right to your phone, and you put it over the lens, and it makes everything much larger. So if you're doing like a landscape type of portrait picture, you can get, it's kind of like a panoramic view, which without actually having to do panoramic, so it's a lot easier. And if you have like a really big head that never fits in your selfies, you can, you know, put it over that and your head will finally fit in your selfies because it makes the lens wider. There's a solution to everything. I got you. Once again, I got all of these things from Amazon or eBay for very cheap. All of this was under $5 each, so it's a bargain and it works amazingly, so I would suggest these items to anyone. Okay, so that's everything I like to do in my perfect selfie. So if you have any other tips, you know, you can comment them below, tips for me, or if you have any good editing apps, comment them down below for other people. A most important thing though is to make sure you're comfortable with everything you're posting. Don't post something that your parents wouldn't be comfortable with or anything like that. And if you're posting with someone else, make sure they look good in the picture. That is a token friend rule. You are not a good friend if you post an ugly picture of your friend just because you look good. You know this. That being said, selfies are fun and an awesome way to show your personality, things that are going on in your life. Like, just let that shine through and don't think too hard about it. Just try different angles and lighting and things that work for you and just make you feel confident, because that is what this is all about. Hey, I think I'm done. Please, pretty please, with sugar on top, subscribe and like or whatever else you want to do. But I love you guys very much and I had a fun time making this video and I hope you take flawless selfies. Bye! I'm not strong enough. Yay! Ew, I'm such a loser. Who has this stuff? I follow dogs on Instagram who take better selfies than me. Perfect. Holding your phone? Whoop! If you go to your photo gallery and it doesn't look like this, then I'm judging you. Your eyes look a lot lighter because of excuse me.